Chain Gang, and welcome to today's video. So today it is a little bit different on my stream on Twitch. I talked about maybe doing this video, and I'm glad I went ahead and did it. And yeah, I'm on Twitch now, I'll live stream. So go ahead, follow the link down in the description right now, and I will see you guys in the live stream. But anyway, for today's video, I wanted to talk about my Final Fantasy collection. I've started up recently since the pandemic, and it's really cool. I love Final Fantasy to death. I love that series. So I wanted to go over with you what I have in my collection so far. Now, this video is going to be a little bit longer, I know, than what my normal, typical videos are. So let's get right into it. Now, this first one, I know there's going to be some people in the comments talking about this video. Starting off with this so far in the collection, and that is Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, the movie before Advent Children. Now, I know a lot of people say it's horrible, and it's not the best movie, it's not a Final Fantasy movie, all that jazz, right? But I personally enjoyed it as a Final Fantasy movie. I don't think it's that great, but as a movie itself, it's really good. I did enjoy it. It's not the worst movie I've seen. Now, this is the special edition, and it comes with special disc 1 and 2, and it has a bunch of extra features that you guys can see right there. And you can actually see my reflection. Hey guys, what's up? Okay, now moving on. We're getting now into the games of Final Fantasy. So let's start off with the first game of a generation of current gen that came out since Final Fantasy XIV, and that is Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. Now, it says internet required for Final Fantasy 15. I never understood why you needed internet for it. It wasn't an online game. It's not like Final Fantasy 14 where you need all of connectivity to play it. And online play optional, that's the only thing that comes into multiplayer aspect, because they have that DLC extra where you can play comrades, and that's the mode that you play co-op. So that's the only thing online I know about it. But yeah, this is a tale about Noctis and his group of bodyguards and friends that he's assessing himself to the throne because his father gets killed. So that's where I'll leave it on the story. For spoilers, this is a fantastic game to start with if you're just new to Final Fantasy, and it is definitely one to keep an eye out. It is really cheap. I got this for eBay. There was a sale too for like $6. I got that, and I think it was a Batman game on sale for like $6. So I'll put a link to eBay for Final Fantasy 15, the cheapest one I find of current date of a video. I will put that link down in the description, as well as Amazon. Actually, all these titles and games that I'm going to be showing you will be found down in the description. So let's get on to the next game. Now, the next one is the World of Final Fantasy. And what does World of Final Fantasy involve? It's honestly like if you mixed, let's say, Pokemon and Final Fantasy. That's basically what it is. You find these little chibis versions of all the characters and all the monsters and stuff, and you get to actually recruit them, and you actually get legendary heroes, like it says here. Like, there's Lightning right there, there's a Squall, there's a Moogle, there's Cloud Boy right there, Pretty Boy Cloud, little Chocobo, the Cactar, and this game is really, really good for more kids. Definitely starting out for Final Fantasy that are interested in it. So this one by far is one of the hidden gems of Final Fantasy. It's not the most original story. It does drag and take a little bit to get into, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I need to run through this again, and I hope you guys really check this one out. World of Final Fantasy is something that you shouldn't miss in the Final Fantasy series. Now, the next one we're going to is Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. And what it is for the Zodiac Age, it's a remake of the remakes that came out for the collector's edition of Final Fantasy XII. So we got Final Fantasy XII originally on PS2, and then we got the collector's edition, and that changed some stuff up. And then we got this version, and I'm pretty sure this is actually on Steam as well. I think it came out on Steam before the Zodiac Age. So we might have, this might be the 4th edition of it. I honestly haven't got into this. I played a little bit as a preteen, and I couldn't, like the PS2 original, and I couldn't really get into it just because they tried to do that open world formula into a single player, and I was really not about that. Excuse me. But now, as I'm older, I definitely am going to look into this more and play it and see what it's all about. I mean, the title, it says Return to the World of VIII, and it's fully remastered in high definition for the first time, and it features all new and enhanced gameplay. So it looks really cool. It looks really, really good, and I can't wait to play this some more. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Now, the next one is really cool. I'm really glad this is in my collection. This is the Final Fantasy Type 0 HD Limited Edition run. And this right here, this one itself, was only run in the UK for its special edition. And here's the back cover for it. It's a really, really good. The special edition itself, let me open this. It has this cool backing, first of all. It has the original cover back on that side. But on the inside of here, it has the removable cards as well. And these cards are interchangeable. And there's the manuals right here. It was complete edition, brand new. Here is the disc art. I'll just let you guys look at that real fast. It's got really, really good gold and black design. Black and gold design is really nice to me on anything. And then the inside cards show Team 0, which is who you play as in the game. And there is also a big story arc right here for the game. And what it is a PSP game that got turned into a full retail release in the HD remake. Now, the only problem with this game that I've noticed, and a lot of people have talked about online, is that there is a ridiculous amount of motion blur, and I can vouch for that. There is definitely an insane amount of motion blur to this game, and the reason is they were just trying to make everything good with it. They just tried to make it as much HD as they could, and they had a separate team, because at the time that this was getting made, if you notice on the back cover here, it says you get an exclusive demo to Final Fantasy 15. Now, this sub-genre fighting style game was made by a different team, a different part of Square Enix, and that's because they were working on Final Fantasy 15 at the time. So it's understandable why the direction got kind of lost with the remake for the HD version. And now, so moving from that, we have the latest Dissidia game. Now, the Dissidia games started out on PSP, right? Okay, so now with Dissidia NT, this is the very first Dissidia game we get on home consoles, meaning PlayStation, Xbox. It hasn't been on anything besides PSP except for this one. And this is a really good beat 'em up game. It's not the best, honestly. The story is kind of out there. The story is really good. I did enjoy the story of this, and it's fun. It's just once you play it and beat it, that's it. That's about it. You don't have a lot of replay value unless you have friends that are really, really good. Like, they really want to play this a lot. You know, if they're hardcore fans of it, yeah, you'll get a lot of use out of this. And this was fairly cheap as well. But Team Ninja did this for the fighting, And if you guys know, they are really good at fighting games. So it's really good. Let me just get rid of the stand real quick, it's in the way. So, yes, this is NT for Dissidia. Now, what we're gonna do, here's a list of the characters that are coming in it. It's a little bit blurred. I'm trying to get it to focus. Okay. Oh, it's giving me issues, so yes. There it is. Your fantasy, your fight, your imagination. Zodiac combat. So, there is that one. Okay, and now here is... I'm going to do these next three as part of one thing, because they're all the same. And I have a... Actually, you know what? Let me do this one first. Alright, so the next game is obviously Black Label for Final Fantasy VIII on the PlayStation 1. And I got this relatively cheap. I got this after I first moved. Friends that I made here, we went to this place, and which is just press play. It was $13. There is a little bit of a crack right here, and I've seen a lot of people comment about cracks on Final Fantasy VIII. Every single person I know, they have a cracked version, original of Final Fantasy VIII. Now, Final Fantasy VIII is about Squall and his team of CD members, his team going out trying to take down Ultimissa, which is the lady right here in the corner. And there's not too much else for story-wise that I can really say without spoiling a bunch of it. But there's a bunch of stuff hidden that you need to watch out for and look out for. So, yeah, there is... This one is one of my favorite. I'm definitely getting... Eventually, I'm going to find Final Fantasy VII on Black Label. Brand new. I'm going to try to get that to the collection eventually. That's expensive as shit. People on eBay always sell them high price. But, anyway, now on to the real main part of the collection. So here is the game that is the biggest part of my collection. And I'll get to this one in a little bit. But for now, the first part is we have the Black Label version of Final Fantasy X. And that's when it was still Squaresoft. So not a lot of people know, in between the greatest hits release of Final Fantasy X and the original Black Label, that's when they changed to Square Enix. Squaresoft was originally the people, and that's what they were known for, was Squaresoft. Now, they done changed to Square Enix in this cycle, which was 2001, I believe. Let's see. 2000... I believe it's 2001. The stickers are covering up. Let me see if this one says anything different. Yeah, 2001 to 2004. So, this ran from 2000 to 2002, and then this ran from 2002 to 2004, and that's when they changed from Squaresoft to Square Enix, I'm sorry. So now, we get all of these. We found these really, really cheap. They were, this one was $10.50. It's in excellent original condition. It's complete. It has the manual. And here is the disc. It's not honestly the best I've seen. It does have its fair share, but out of what I found that day, that was the best one. There was one that was completely trashed, and I was not going to get that for the collection. Now, here is the greatest hit. And this is, you can see also it's changed to it's complete. It has the manual, greatest hits for Square Enix. And this one is in, obviously, a little bit better shape. Nobody really played this greatest hits. This is in actually very good fucking condition compared to what it could have looked like out of the gate. But now we move on to this bad boy. And this is the Final Fantasy X and X HD remake. It's on one disc, and it didn't come with any manuals, which I was sad about. It was brand new, and they didn't put any manuals in it, so it is technically complete. Yeah, I haven't really touch this too much because I do have it on the PS Vita as well, which my copy is not right here right now. It's being borrowed. So we have this main collection of Final Fantasy X. As you guys can see, I love Final Fantasy X. This is why I saved this for the last part of it, because there's so many editions that I have. And plus my PSV Vita, the Vita version I have is not complete. It's just the cartridge. So now this is the main draw to my collection. I got this. This is the Final Fantasy X 10.2 HD Remaster, which is the last one out of this set. It's that one right there, but this is the limited edition run. They only made 200 of these, as far as what I found. And it comes with a calendar. It's actually a desktop calendar featuring illustrations by Yoshikaka Amano, which is the art director for Square. It was from Final Fantasy 9 through 13, I believe. He was an art director for it. And as you can see, this is a sealed copy of it. A brand new factory sealed copy of Final Fantasy X-2 and 10 Remaster. Now, that's why I said this is so important, because only 200 or so of these were made. And the fact that I was able to find one on eBay for brand new, unopened, unsealed was ridiculous. And because I was seeing these collections of this one unopened for about $90 to $200, and the person that I got this from was selling it for only $65. And that's a really good price for brand new unopened. It's great for a collector's item. This is definitely the best thing in my collection, besides the Black Label Final Fantasy VIII. But actually, I accidentally turned it real quick. But yeah, I actually just ordered a collection of Final Fantasy XII for the PS2. That's going to be coming soon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your collection is down below. What do you guys collect? I want to know. Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, because I post new videos every single week. I'm still doing my run of Final Fantasy Persona 5 Royal. I'm still doing my run of that full gameplay. I'm on episode 6. That's coming soon to you guys, and don't forget to go follow me on Twitch. The link will be down in the description below, and all of these games will be linked as well. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.